Okay, welcome to whatever this is. On today's episode, we're going to talk about a book I'm trying to further process. You're going to be fucking dumb. I finished it today. We're going to be talking about The Edge of Sleep by Jake Emanuel, Willie Block. Jason Gurley is a contributor. Also, it's the first nice day. Everyone has to be an asshole outside today. My neighbor, who is much too old to be acting like a child, is acting like a child and going up and down the street on a child's dirt bike. So that's pretty awesome. Kind of cringy. You could sell me the worst book in the entire world, and I would buy it if I like the cover. Can't judge a book by its cover, but I'll certainly buy it. I didn't know that the book also had a show and a podcast. I literally just bought the book because I saw it on Amazon for pretty cheap. I think it was $12 or something. Now it's more. I just looked, it's $20. What can I say? I'm not like a literary major. I just enjoy it, and I enjoy kind of thinking about it. I don't really have anyone to talk about this book with yet, so I'll talk to you. So, first of all, let me talk about what I like. I think the book has a really cool, feeling, a really cool atmosphere. I think it gives really good imagery from time to time. I find it to be... It really reaches in and tickles the part of my brain that I like. I think anyone that is a fan of... I'm trying to think of more examples, but the whole end of humanity thing, as grim as it sounds, it definitely applies more to some people's imaginations. Like, if you like the Fallout franchise or... DayZ, or even Escape from Tarkov. I really liked games like these. I guess even media, the movies and shows. I kind of liked this vibe. I think the book kind of did it okay. I think to make me happy, they could have leaned into it a lot more. But I think they had just enough of it to pique my interest. I don't think it did it exceptionally well, but I think you would like the book more if these are things that you're interested in. As I was saying, I think it did these things pretty good. I wouldn't really say that's what it's about. It didn't really dive headfirst into like that genre or anything. So I was a little disappointed with that, but it's okay. The other thing I really liked was I think they did a really cool story. I think it was pretty unique and interesting. It was enough to keep me picking up the book. I finished it in maybe less than a week. I think that's pretty good for me. I think it is a pretty cool idea. I could definitely understand why it was adapted to TV or a series. I don't really know. I kind of don't know if I want to watch that or not. It kind of piqued my interest, but overall, I didn't really like this book. So I don't know that I'd really like the series. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Ultimately, the book, to me, it had a really big downside I didn't like, and it made me realize something that I didn't really realize until today. You can have the best story in the world, but if you have bad characters, your book is bad overall. I can't tell you how many times I had an eye roll moment at these characters. It was really noticeable when they were in dialogue with each other, to me anyways, maybe not to you. They're really annoying and unbelievable to me. I didn't really believe they were real. I got sucked into the book and I could kind of imagine myself with them, but when they would talk, it ripped me out of their universe, and I realized I was reading a book. I really don't want to spoil too much, but honestly, not really. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to avoid spoilers as much as with like my other ones I've done, because I probably would not recommend this book. If I was to give it a rating, I would say 5 thumbs up out of 10. I think, what the heck was her name? Linda, I think was her name. She was kind of cool, and she was one of the more believable characters to me. I kind of liked her. Oh, I forgot the other 2 characters. There were 2 characters I liked in the book. It kind of explores many different people going through the same thing, and 2 people, their stories I kind of enjoyed reading, but I don't remember the names. Holy shit. Eli and Natty or something. Maybe Natty? I don't want to look it up. I thought they were pretty cool. I liked them. They, for some reason in my head, whenever they were talking or interacting, I imagined, the fuck are their names? From the TV show Sex Education, Isaac and...
I thought we were friends now.
May, or whatever her name was. I don't remember. It definitely made me think of them. And I really liked them. I thought that their parts were in a little more... Like, I wasn't sucked out of reality, or sucked into reality with them. They kind of kept the book going. The other group of people, it was like torture for me. There's a character named Mateo, and I thought he's 50-50. I like him and I hate him. Into his backstory, he was an Air Force drone pilot. Or, I don't know if it was Air Force. I'm pretty sure it was Air Force. He was an Air Force... He was a drone pilot. And he served some tours. I'm not really sure. Maybe one. But they also made him so fucking incredibly dumb in his dialogue. Like, unnaturally dumb. Every time he would speak about something, he would be wrong. And it was kind of cringy. Embarrassing that they wrote him that way, because a broken clock is right twice a day. So you figure out of everything he said, he wouldn't be wrong every fucking time, but he was. And to me, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. If you were that dumb, they would not let you touch a drone. I'm fucking sorry. Those things, I couldn't tell you how much money they were, but they wouldn't... For example, they wouldn't let me fly one. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I really feel like that was an oversight on their behalf for writing him the way they did. Another issue I took with him, he says yo too much. No one talks like that. I've never met anyone to talk like that, with him saying yo all the time, especially someone that used to be a drone pilot. Oh, God. he had his moments, but overall, there was too many times where I was like, ah, kind of cringy. I'm saying for me. Maybe for you, it's different. I have no idea. And that leads me to Dave and Katie. They are... It's like a Hallmark movie. They have all these tropes and terrible dialogue. I don't know. It's just excruciating. I didn't like him as the main character, and I didn't like her. I think he was the bigger problem, though. It's so weird to me because it was written by two people. Maybe one person took care of the other characters I was talking about, and the other author took care of like the main group. But Dave definitely felt like a self-insert to me. I really don't want to get into it, but I don't know. It didn't feel good. Another kind of issue I had with the book, at least when I was reading it, it made sense in the end. They kind of wrapped it back into the story, and I understood a lot more. But while I was reading the book, there were several sections of the book where they would go off into this dispatches from Earth thing. And the first time, it was like, okay, yeah, kind of cool. But they kept doing it. And the more they did it, it felt like fluff. I think the book was like 300 pages or something like that. If you took those parts out, I would be curious. Maybe half the length. It covered way too much of the book for my liking. In the end, they kind of wrapped it back into like the story. I understood why they did it, but even with that being said, they did it too much for my liking. Again, I'm trying to make that very clear. I'm just a fucking idiot with a bad opinion, but this is my bad opinion. Quite honestly, I don't know that I'd really recommend this book. I think most things that I've read last year and this year, I have wanted to read again, or felt like maybe I would entertain that option. This book has cool imagery, cool moments, cool things, but it feels too much like Hollywood, if that makes sense. And I won't read it again. I don't think so. It wasn't that good. There's way too much that I want to read. And out of the things that I have read, there's way better books that I would rather read. I just, how many books can we get to a year? And I honestly, I'm happy that I read this quickly because I don't feel like I really wasted anything. 5 out of 10, maybe. Well, let me know if you like these videos or, how I can improve it more. I don't really know why. I think the reason I wanted to make it is because I really do like talking about these things. I started a book club to try to have people to talk to about what I'm reading, but that fell apart. I still want to get it off my chest, and I think that if something was normal, I can't say that. I was going to say if something was normal, I wouldn't talk about it. I would want to talk about the really good or the really bad, but I did give this book 5, so I'm wrong. I guess I will talk about mediocre. As time goes on and I read more, I probably won't waste my time or your time by talking about okay books. If you want me to recommend a book, reach out to me. I'll recommend something. I mean, I know everyone who watches my videos, all 3 of you. So I could recommend something to you. I know A few of my friends are trying to get more into reading, but this one I wouldn't recommend. If someone gave you the book, maybe. I definitely would not spend a dime on this. Maybe that's going too far. Crap. I really don't want to say anything bad, but I guess I'll leave it this way. I'm grateful to have read this story once. I think there was a lot of cool things story-wise that were done with this. I won't reread it again. I give it about a 5 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair. And if you like the kind of post-apocalyptic, I mean, I'm saying that it's not. Don't expect that. I'm just saying if you do like that kind of stuff, maybe you'll like the book more. If I didn't like that, I probably would not like this book at all. But I think some of the scene setup and things were like intriguing to that part of my brain. That being said, 5 stinkers out of 10, 5 nice turds, and I'll talk to you soon, I guess.